those rich guys or successful guys that seems to have a lot of women running around chasing them. I hope many women don't take it wrong. But those women, what I've seen, tend to be women that doesn't belong to the area of having a lot of male attention either. They put a lot of makeup and they're running around with those men, chasing those men.
Yeah.
But when it comes to women that have a lot of male attention, what I've seen is that they don't give a damn as a rule. I mean, they are women, they are men in all stages in life chasing them. And they've done that since they were 13 years old. They don't give a damn if you're even a CEO in a big company or something like that. They just want to be with someone they feel good with. If we know what attracts women, we should actually lean towards doing that to attract women. And I think that it's actually counterproductive and constructive if you go with other areas that actually doesn't attract women. It's just like another gimmick and so on. So there are two factors here. It's like learning how to have empathetic conversation with women, with people in general. It's also giving your brain the power of evolve. You see, you'll be able to have a better cognitive function because of your cognitive engagement with people and so on. So your brains get smarter, have stronger emotional intelligence. Everything gets up. If you don't learn that, you're learning other things such as routines and gimmicks and so on. You will be good at that particular thing, but your brain will not evolve. You just create a habit on one thing and that's it. And that doesn't benefit anyone. It doesn't benefit any guys that try to learn that one thing. If they apply the mindset of being curious and to have that saying in the brain, and the saying is, if you want to be interesting, be interested rather than trying to be interesting. If they learn that concept, most of the interaction with women will vastly improve, mega improve. I've seen people change their life just based on that line. Make it about her and be curious about that. You have to be part of that conversation by relaying back to yourself. Like, for example, like when you said you were in Chicago and you like the summertime and the wintertime. Then I will just relay back to you and say, you know what? I like Chicago too on summertime. It's really nice here. I'm curious, when you are saying,
right,
I like summertime in Chicago, what do you mean? Can you help me to understand that better? In the beginning, it is hard to learn in the beginning. But with consistent practice, you will have a habit of listening to what you're saying, and then the cognitive flexibility comes in, and you know what, I want to understand what you mean there. A good conversationalist and a great influencer, if you're going to stand back and listen to that person, you will see that he will not talk that much, but if he talks, it sounds like this. He and her is talking about her. You see? Yeah. That is how it sounds like. That is a great conversationalist. Not a guy that just rambling about himself and what he think about things and what he want to achieve in life and so on. Not much about that. He can say it in the context of finding out about her in order to have some kind of dynamic conversation. But you know, most guys just make it about them because that's the only thing they can talk about. And sometimes being nervous in the same time, and then, you know, it doesn't impress anyone. If 100 women reject you and you are standing there, whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? Is it the women's fault? Or is it your fault? If we can start, it maybe sound a little bit destructive, but when we start thinking about that way, maybe we can go into the more intellectual area and trying to find out, why don't I actually attract women? And how can I do that? Oh, when you start thinking about that, now you're getting somewhere. Instead of, I am a perfect man, or my behavior is perfect, because if a woman buys me my favorite kebab, I like her, and she should like if I buying her favorite salad. But it doesn't work that way. So I think it's more about the men learning how to find out what are they lacking at, basically. And as we already spoke about, is communication skills. Every time you're going to go and try to make something happen with a woman, it will be an interaction in between. It will always be an interaction in between.
I used to think it was insane, these standards that I would hear, but then I would learn who they would like date in real life, and I'm like, oh, that's like nothing that she said at all.
Men can do that, but they can actually look at women and like almost rate them of their holistic attraction level. They can basically rate them. Women can't do that. So when they look at a bunch of men without them saying a word, and then they try to rate them based on their money, their status or whatever it is, they don't know what to say even. So if we only go with that, Of course, more money is better than no money, right? But that's the only element into it. And then the woman can like, oh, this guy have the highest ranking, I want to go with him. And then after like 30 minutes into the date, it's like, ooh, he was an asshole. I don't like him. He was like arrogant and only thinking about himself. No, it's not for me. And she just leave. It can so easily be that with women, no question about it. If she doesn't feel good with him, it doesn't matter what kind of car he has. She just don't give a damn.